Hi there. I want to do a very quick video on this because I'm going to do a more expansive video on this and elaborate on it properly. And for anyone who's interested in the topic, I've already covered it quite a lot with Gary DeMar, who's written a lot of books on this stuff, including End Times Madness and Wars and Rumors of Wars is his recent book pertaining to Matthew 24. I think the corresponding passages in the Olivet Discourse are in Luke 21 and Mark 13. But you would think, considering you have, I don't know, 95% probably of the Christian evangelical movement, particularly in the United States, supporting the state of Israel because they believe it's by biblical prophecy fulfilled. You would think then, considering the vast numbers supporting this, that there would be some biblical prophetic basis for it. And I remember when I first considered being a Christian, I remember being repelled at the idea about 8 years ago, because I thought I had to support the state of Israel, because it's just this dispensational theology everywhere. Schofield Reference Bible, John Nelson Darby. And I have had so many conversations with Christian Zionists over the years who don't seem to understand that their eschatological views are aberrant. Theirs is a new one. Dispensationalism has only been around since about the 18th century. Or the 19th century, middle of the 19th century, roughly, with John Nelson Darby. Anyway, as I say, I'm going to do a proper breakdown on this. But I just wanted to say, you would think that a movement as big as that, and essentially an industry as big as that, with books like Hal Lindsey's The Late Great Planet Earth, and Tim LaHaye's, what's it called? Tim LaHaye's Left Behind series, and all the rest of it, and the John Hagees and all the big mega churches supporting this, you would think that there would be some biblical foundation to it. And one of the main tenets and the foundations of this is that the prophetic clock starts ticking when the Jews get returned to that land. And the Jews get returned to Israel. So I just assumed for about the first year that it was in there. I thought, well, not that many people can't be wrong, surely. Well, I started reading the Bible and I looked for myself. And the New Testament, chronologically, is the latest information we have. So I thought there must be some prophecies in there because it's predicting a future return of the Jews to the land in Israel, which has been Palestine for, well, best part of 2,000 years. And so I went and looked, and I couldn't find it. And I thought I must be missing something. So I looked again. And I probably looked half a dozen times. I thought, surely it must be, it has to be there. A movement this big with the implications that it involves. And everything that it involves I thought it must be in there. And I looked and I went through it with a fine tooth comb, looking for one prophecy in the New Testament about the Jews being returned to that land. I thought it must be in there. It's not in there.